Welcome to the Last Mile Profits videocast, the last word on the last mile. Modern Expo provides an integral ecosystem of screen-operated lockers, screenless autonomous solutions, refrigerated lockers, and even personal parcel lockers, powered by an in-house developed software.
Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm joined by Jerzy, who will be doing the video with me today. What are we going to talk about today, Jerzy?
So, hello, Marek. Hello, everyone. Well, today we're going to talk about PostNL releasing the new Buddy program. Now, what is the new Buddy? Well, it is an interactive delivery management system whereby a customer can redirect the parcel after it is already en route.
IDM, as you know, is a topic close to my heart. I think it's very important. Let's start, because for those of you, and most of you probably have a feeling because I keep talking about IDM, but IDM basically is Uber for parcels. It's a tool whereby the receiver can control and influence what happens with their parcel. So I think it's a big deal. Why is it important? It's important because it gives much more feeling of, again, I've said it, control. And we know that control is important for people, but also they're aware of what's happening. They can influence what's happening. And the result is that you get much, much higher first-time delivery results. And FTD, first-time delivery, is fundamental for e-commerce because it probably is one of the most important factors of customer experience. So for all of those reasons, IDM is a big deal. What did you see what actually they're offering? Is there anything new in this PostNL IDM?
Well, yes, you've spoken many times about IDM, but in this particular case, the person to whom the parcel is redirected has an option to either accept the new destination or reject it. So that's the innovative component in PostNL's solution.
So what's interesting? So probably the avant-garde of IDM was DPD UK, and again, for those who've watched the other videos, will know I say DPD UK because DPD is multi-domestic, and each country has a different piece of software. But DPD UK, with their Predict service, actually also had redirect and leave with neighbor, and you could choose the neighbor. But I think you're right. What is innovative here is that the neighbor can say no. The only thing I'm wondering is what happens if the neighbor you've selected does say no. Does it automatically go to another neighbor or to a locker or a Pudo point? But let's leave that aside. Irrespective of whether this is the absolute latest state-of-the-art technology, it's great that postal operators like PostNL are doing this. It's really customer-centric, gives customers much more comfort, feeling of control, and almost always leads to better first-time delivery. But, as we discussed before, it's not just an issue of convenience for the customer. It's also great for the sender and the carrier, because the carrier wants great first-time delivery success because it's much operationally more efficient and cheaper. And the sender wants to know that the customer has picked up the parcel. Because if you think about it, for e-commerce, that's when the sale closes. So, when you go into a store, you go, you pay your money, and that's it, the sale's closed. But in this case, even if you've prepaid, until you've actually received and accepted the item, the sale's not closed. So I think, in summary, great idea. Perhaps, without looking at all the details, that I like the name and I like the fact that, the consignee has that comfort factor provided the neighbor agrees. And, let's see how it develops.
Certainly, I think we can wrap things up here. Unless there's something else that you have on mind?
I would say that the writing's on the wall. It's great that PostNL has done this. I would encourage them, for those of you who've read our out-of-home report, you'll see that I think PostNL, if I remember rightly, has something in the region of 400 parcel lockers. So I think it will be good if they develop their network a bit, because IDM is an incredible tool that supports out of home. It allows customers to choose what happens when I'm not at home. Then it doesn't have to only be a neighbour if the neighbour's not there. So, let's watch this space. I hope PostNL develops their out of home. They've got a lot of PUDOs, but perhaps some more lockers. And, please, customers, drop us a comment below. Let us know how it's working. And of course, love to hear from the guys and girls at PostNL if they've got any information to share on this topic.
That's all great, Marek, but don't you think there will be a problem? The requirement of the other recipient to also be a PostNL customer?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more restrictions, I remember very early on when Deutsche Post was starting with lockers, you actually had to go to a post office with identification to be able to sign up to use a machine. So, yeah, of course, it would be better that anyone could be the buddy that you send to. I presume you register and you can pre-advise and talk to the person. But yeah, I think that's an issue. I mean, there are other issues. I presume it wasn't in the press release, but if you're sending items that perhaps require somebody to be over 18, then, is the buddy of a suitable age? From my perspective, this would really make sense with IDM if you could say that if you're not at home, if your buddy's not at home, it automatically goes to the nearest PUDO or locker. And guess what? For that to work, you need enough PUDOs and lockers that are slipper distance to be successful. So, there are a couple of caveats. Definitely step in the right direction. And it will be interesting, again, maybe somebody from PostNL can share with us how they've dealt or how they plan to deal with those sort of issues.
Thank you for watching the Last Mile Profits video. For more free analysis of the last mile, please like, follow and subscribe below to ensure you are notified every time we upload new content.